Hi, I'm James Porter, and this is the challenge video on how to add more than two numbers with a 100 bead abacus. If you have just watched all of the other addition videos on this DVD and are looking for a challenge, you are in the right place. This video will give you a chance to try adding more than two numbers at a time. This is where having a blank sheet of paper is very helpful. Let's get started. For the first problem, we're going to try adding more than two single-digit numbers. So let's start. We're going to do 6 plus 3 plus 9 plus 4. All right. Let's start like we've done with any other problem so far by forming the first number, 2, 4, 6. Then we need to add 3 to that. 1, 2, 3. Now we've added 6 plus 3, but that's not the end. We've got to keep going and add 9 plus 4. So now that we have our 6 plus 3, let's add our 9 to that. 1. I will write down 1 to remember it for later. We can move 1 10 bead and move the 10 ones back and continue from 1 to get to 9. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now this is our answer to 6 plus 3 plus 9, which would be 18, but we want to add 4 more to that. So let's go and add 4 more. 1, 2, I'm going to cross off my 1 from earlier so I don't get that mixed up with any other number. And then write down a 2 so that we can remember the 2. Move 1 green bead, 1 10 bead, and I can move my 10 ones back and continue from 2 to get to 4, 3, 4. The answer to this problem is 22, obviously, but I'm still going to write it down so we get in the habit for later. The answer we got is 22, and there are my notes. All right, that one wasn't too tricky. I mean, most of you probably kept along with that pretty good. This next one's going to get a little trickier, but I think you can handle it. If you don't feel like you can handle this next one, you can always stop the video and try another day. Let's start, and we're going to try 17 plus 37 plus 29 plus 41. Again, let's start by forming the first number of the equation, 17. 2, 4, 6, 17. There we got 17. Now I need to add 37. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to write down my 3 to remember that for later. Can move 1 10 bead and move the 10 ones back and continue from 3 to get to 7, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we need to add the 10s place, the 3. 1, 2, 3. Now we have 37 plus 17, but that's not what we want. We want 17 plus 37 plus 29 plus 41. So let's continue and add 29. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's for the 9 in the number 29. But let's remember and write down 6, and I'm going to cross off 3 from earlier so that I don't get it mixed up. Move 1 10 bead over and move the 10 ones back and continue from 6, 7, 8, 9. Now I just need to add 2 9s for the 10s place. Lastly, we need to add 41. So in the 1s place, it's pretty simple. We can add 1, and there we are. But then we need to add 4 for the 10s. 1, 2. I'm going to write down 2 for later and cross off the 6 so it doesn't confuse me. We can move 1 100 bead, move the 10s back, and continue from 2 to get to 4. We need to do 3, 4. This one isn't very hard to write down either, but I'm going to write it down anyway. So we have 1, 2, 4. So the answer to this problem is 124. Lastly, we're going to try a really tricky one. If you need to drop out before this one, go ahead, but I wouldn't suggest it because I think you can make it. All right, for this problem, we're going to start by moving our beads back, and we're going to try and solve 302 plus 265 plus 683 plus 912. Again, we're going to start by forming the first number in the equation, 302. 2, 3, 302, 302. Now we're going to add 265. Let's add 5, 2, 4, 5. Then we need to add 6, 2, 4, 6. And lastly, we need to add 2. So there, if we look, we can have 2. We have our 265 to add to our 302. There we go. Now we've got 302 plus 265, but we need to keep going. We need to add 683 to that. Let's continue. Starting at the bottom, we need to move 3. Since we have formed a group of 10, we need to move 1 green bead over and move the 10 yellow beads back, because we will need these 10 beads for the next number we have to add, but not this one anymore. So let's continue on 8 in the 10's place. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to write down 3 to remember it for later. Then we can move the 10's back and move 1 100 bead over. Alright, starting from 3, we need to get to 8, so we can go 5, 6, 7, and 8. Oh, let's try this again. We need to start from 3, so we need to go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I was starting from 4. That's my bad. Now we have the right equation here. 2, 4, 5. All right. Next and lastly for this number, we have to add 6. So 2, 4. I'm going to cross off my 3 from earlier and move 4, write 4 down. Then we can move 1 red bead, 1 1000, and move 10 100 beads back over. Starting from 4, I need to get to 6, 5, 6. Lastly, we need to add 9, 12. So I will start with the 1s and add 2. Pretty simple. 1 green bead because there's 1 in the 10s, and now 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to cross off my 4 and write 8 below that so I can remember it for later. We can move 1000 bead over, move the 10 100 beads back, and we've got 9 because we started from 8, or left off at 8. Now I'm going to write down this number we have formed. It is not very hard to tell, but it is a little tricky, so writing it down will be helpful. Start at the top with 2, then we have 1, 2, 4, 6, and 2. So the answer to our problem is 2162. Now I'm going to show you that one again. I went a little quick, made a few mistakes, but let's try this one again just so you can get it down. We're going to start by forming the first number, 302. Then we need to add 265. We can add 2, 4, 5, 2, 4, 6, and 2. Here is our 265. Here is our 302. Let's put these two numbers together, and we have 302 plus 265. Next, we need to add 683. Starting at the bottom, we can add 1, 2, 3. Move 1 10 bead over because we have formed a group of 10. Move the 10 ones back. Now we're done with the 1s row for now, but we need to continue and add 8. So we can go 1, 2, 3. This is where I wrote down the number 3 to start for the next row. We can move 100 bead over, move the 10 10s back. Starting from 3, we go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because that's where we need to end up after. So we started with 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now we made it to 8. Now we need to add 6. 1, 2, 3. Hold on, I messed something up. Why didn't you tell me I messed something up? Let's start over again with that one. This one's a little tricky even for me yet. So we're going to try this one more time. 302 plus 265. We have our 5. We have our 6. And we have our 2. So we have our 302 plus 265. Let's move this one over. Now we need to add 683. We can add 3. Move our 1 10 bead over, move our 10 ones back. We're done with our 1s row. We need to go to our 10s. So 1, 2, 3. I wrote down the 3 to remember it for later. I can move 1 100 bead over and move my 10 10s back. And starting from 3, I need to go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now that I have that correct. All right, now we need to move on to our hundreds and move 6 over. 1, 2, 3, 4. I write down 4 to remember and cross off the 3 from earlier. I can move 1 1,000 bead over and move my 10 tan beads back for my 10 hundreds. Continuing from 4, and I need to get to 6, 5, 6. Last, we need to add 9, 12, so we can add 2 1 beads, 1 10 bead, and that's the 12, and now we need to add 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and those are all 100 beads. I can write down the 8, move 1,000 bead over, move the 10 100 beads back, and go 9, because I just have to get to 9. Write down the number I have here, 2, 1, 2, 4, 6, 2, and we have our answer, 2,162. Now that last one was a little tricky. I even made some mistakes. You probably made some mistakes through it. So if you need to go back and watch that again, you can. This is the last video I have. If you would like to try some more challenging problems, you can ask your teacher because I have run out of problems to give you. I'm James Porter signing off for now, but remember, a broken abacus is no one's best friend because no one can count on it.